Hey, it's Ross and Rayong, and I'm doing real life driving. So I am on the highway, and I thought I'd give you a little review of my Haval H6. And no, I don't like that angle either, so we're gonna get this good. Okay, we'll go with that. Rewind. Hey, Ross and Rayong, and I am 10 days into my Haval H6 Ultra, Ultimate. I don't know exactly what it's called. You would think after 10 days I'd remember, but I don't. But I thought I'd give you what it's like doing some real life driving and my experiences with it. So I have turned on all of the special safety features of this vehicle, all the bells and whistles that will go off. And currently I have set the car to be in cruise control to do 120 kilometers, which is the speed limit here. And I'm currently doing 117. That's because the car in front of me and the car in front of them are not doing the 120 that the speed limit should be on our Bangkok highways. Not fun at all. You can see it's posted there, 120. And even in the dashboard, it even shows me that it's 120. So what has been some of my experiences with driving this car? Well, let's go with the first one. Let's get a little closer to the yellow lane. Oh, there it goes. Now, if I were playing music at the same time as that was going off, it would take the music and turn it down, which is really annoying. If I were to put on my blinker, it turns the music down. If I come across another Haval, and I've got one behind me right now, beautiful black, by the way. I think I'll slow down so let them catch up to me, because I'm seeing a lot more of them on the highway, and everybody here who's got a Haval is on a red plate. So let's see if I can catch it here. Here he comes. We smile at each other and say, hey, nice car. I've passed him twice, and he's passed me now 3 times. Nice car. So what has been some of the fun parts about it? Well, I'll show you some really good ones. We're doing 120 here. I'm going to change lanes and punch it. And I can get to 140 just like that. It has great acceleration. I can be anywhere from 80 and kick it up to 130 in about 3 seconds. This car has got amazing pickup, which I really like. The acceleration on this car, well, driving it has been so smooth that I already received a ticket for doing, oh, there you go, 135 and 120, just because it just feels so smooth. You don't feel the speed of which you're driving, which is scary, but also kind of nice. So this car can really go. The only problem is that the cars and the way people drive here in Thailand, there are a lot of people who don't know that the speed limit is 120 on the expressway or the tollway in the far right lane. They still are doing 90 or 100, or they're scared to do 120 because this is probably one of the few places that they can. They really should get out of the way and let the people who know how to drive do the driving. That would be nice. As you can see, I'm getting passed on the left-hand side because two cars up from me, somebody doesn't understand the speed limit. Actually, like 6 cars in front of me are all going way too slow. What other things about it? If I were to turn on the blinker, again, music goes down. Annoying. Every time there a beep 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 goes off, music goes down. If they driving in the city, which was probably the worst, I'm sitting stopped, waiting at the red light, and every time a motorcycle would pass me on the left or the right-hand side, the proximity sensors would start going off and telling me that there's a vehicle coming. Why do I care? I'm not moving. I'm just at a dead stop. Very annoying. I'm trying to touch something on the stereo and a control center here, and beep, 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 and the screen changes on me. Then I have to wait 5 seconds for it to then stop doing that, and then I can come back and do my my programming again. Super annoying. For us non-Thai readers, the map on this car is in Thai, so the navigation system, kind of useless for me. I can still type in places I want to go in English and it'll find it, but all the signs and everything is all Thai. And I understand that the next firmware, as they tell me, but salespeople can lie, they're going to fix that. But my overall experience with this car, love it. It handles beautifully on the highway. There are some quirks. Let's talk about the cruise control. If I'm on cruise control, nobody in front of me, but I go around a bend, the proximity sensors pick up the guardrail on the side and think it's something that I might be hitting and slows the vehicle down very quickly. I could be doing 120 and all of a sudden I'm doing 105 as I'm just going around a bend with nobody in front of me. So they really should work on that cruise control a bit. They are toned down some of those sensors. I'm going to be turning a lot of them off after this trip because I wanted to see what they were all like. The thing that makes your car stay in the lane, Now, why is that? Somebody's on my butt. Somebody is too close behind me, and then they lets me know that. Nothing I'm doing. But it's very annoying every time you're driving, the beep, beep, beep constantly going off. I think it's great if you're a first-time driver, but I've been driving for 40 plus years. I got my license at 15. 55 now, 55. Yeah, that's 40, yeah. So, I'm really conscious of it. The rear view mirror, teeny tiny. You can see it behind me there. You really can't see well what's going on back there, but the mirrors more than can make up for it on the left and right. You don't really need to have your rearview mirror. And the camera system for parking, fantastic. You can tell exactly what's going on the outside of the car. I've had no problems parking in tight spots in Bangkok. That was a new joy for me. Not a fan of it. Anything else about this car? The air conditioning, top notch. It gets cold in this car in a matter of minutes. It's very cold. And the heat coolers, really do like the air conditioned seats. Having a cold butt as you drive, if you're feeling a little drowsy, crank it up. It will keep you awake. Oh, that one was for, I got too close to the car in front of me, which I'm not, as you can see in the video. I wasn't that close. It just thinks that I am. So sometimes I want to be close to somebody. I want to read their license plate. But why are we all going so slow on the highway? Beyond me. It'll be nice to get out of Bangkok. Once out of Bangkok, traffic then of course picks up really nicely, and you don't have to deal with this nonsense. I've already passed the airport and the one rest stop for people who are familiar with driving through Thailand. They run a great big rest stop with all the restaurants. Started the video right past that one, so you can kind of get an idea of where I am. I'll come back if I think of anything else as we're driving. I'm going to drop in some of the footage from the camera system that the dealership sells in this video. I'll have to get those downloaded and drop them in here, but you'll get an idea of the quality of the onboard camera for both front and rear view. So you can get, see, and I was trying to catch some of the beep beeps that were going off with the footage. It can hold, from what I understand, a couple hours worth, and it just keeps copying over itself. and it is a Wi-Fi based copy. There's no cables. You just sync your phone app to it, catch its Wi-Fi, and transfer the files to your phone, which I'm going to see if I can also transfer them to my computer, which probably would be a lot easier, but there's only a phone app to doing it at the moment. I guess I have to move my phone then to my computer, which that kind of sucks. But I haven't actually pulled any videos off yet. This road needs some lines. It has no lines in the road. And without lines, how will this car know when to beep? I'm going to test that theory here, because you can see on this road, this brand new black asphalt they've poured, there are no lines, and if I start moving over, nope, it still can tell. I have seen a lot of Havals on the road. Not as many as a Toyota, of course, but it's still a brand new car for Thailand. And every one of them has a red plate, so they all are less than 2-month-old cars. And the drivers of them, like me, are pretty much smiling. We really do like driving this car. So how has been the fuel economy? Well, from Rayong to Bangkok, being it's all highway driving, I am getting, as it explains right here on the dashboard, 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers, or if you do the math on that, it's about 13.5 kilometers per liter. If I'm doing that right, so 7 into 100. I got to come back on that. 7.5 leaves 25. Yeah, about 13.5 kilometers per liter. It tells me I should be getting a combined 19, but it could be also my driving. I do drive fast from time to time and punch it probably when I shouldn't. But I do enjoy that power that it has. I've done almost 1,000 kilometers on the car in the last 10 days, and it has been delightful. The only negative part was putting gasoline in the car the other day, where for the first time filling it up, I spent almost 2,000 baht. That's a lot of money for a full tank of gas when I used to spend only 1,000 on the old car. But of course, this is a 60-liter tank, and the other car had a 40-liter tank. For anybody who understands the electric side of the motor, it tells me I'm averaging 87 kilowatts an hour on 257 kilometers. I don't know what that means. I have had a problem trying to figure out how many kilometers I have on the car, and that's been a fun one for me. It's not a typical odometer. It's in the same place that they have the coolant, is where they show your odometer, and I can actually see how much electricity I'm producing. If you really want a fun drive in the city, put it in one pedal mode. One pedal mode is almost like playing a video game. As you push down, it accelerates. If you take your foot off of it, the car will start braking on you. You really don't have to hit your brake if you are slowing down like normally a person would. And like at a light, you slow down regularly and it'll stop right when you take your foot off the accelerator. Don't know why that one went off, but boy, after a while, those idiot beeps become really annoying. Real annoying. For those wondering, total tolls from Rayong to downtown Bangkok, 175 baht. 100 for the main tollway, then another 25 and 50 baht to get out of it. For some reason I paid less to get in. Maybe it's because of it was much easier just to get out of the city than it was to get in, because of where I was staying and where you can turn across on Sukhumvit. They have a lot of them cut off. So, little funny things. Anyway, if you found this video useful, share it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to hear me talk more about this car in the future, hit the subscribe. Or if you want to know anything about life in Thailand for an expat, send a question in. I'll answer it. So it is Sunday as I'm making this video, And on the way back home, I pulled over to the gas station to use the gas, get some gas. And when I come back, the air conditioner wasn't working anymore, which is very weird because, you know, I've been praising how cold this air conditioner is. And luckily on the way home is the Great Wall Motors dealership. So I took it upon myself, pulled over there and asked them to see if they could fix it. Unfortunately, they don't have anybody there on Sundays. So I'm sitting there talking with the manager, who's super nice, and she's telling me maybe if you just turn the car off, let it sit for 5 minutes, it'll turn back on. Well, while she was telling me to do that, I thought it was just a fuse that maybe I just blew the air conditioner fuse. So we open up the trunk and open up the engine compartment there, get the book out and find out what the fuse is, number 35 if you're looking on it, 15 amp, volt, watt, I'm not sure, just number 15 on it. I pulled it out, counted to 5, put it back in, just like if it were a computer. Sure enough, the air conditioner instantly started blowing cold again. So just goes to show you that these computers controlled cars, they don't know that much. And I just got a text that showed up on there telling me, from my salesperson, telling me, hey, sorry for your problems. That's how good they are in their service. Even though they're closed on Sundays, they were still able to help me, well, at least give me a suggestion. I took it upon myself. But pop a fuse, air conditioner back and nice and cold again. And whew, they tried bringing it all the way down to 17, and I had to tell you right now, it's really cold in the car out. Bringing it back up a little bit. Beep, 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 beep. Here we go. That'll be better. Anyway, I thought I'd add that little tidbit.